Hey everyone, and welcome to the weekly roundup for the week ending the 7th of October 2023. In these videos we just quickly go through the week's news and round it off with the developer Q&A. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and let's get into the video. So first and foremost, we are at the end of the 7-day login rewards. The login rewards themselves haven't been all that glorious apart from the Omega level of rewards. In here, we are guaranteed, once we open up the last box, and I've tested it on 3 different characters, we are guaranteed to get these nanocores, or at least a nanocore of our choosing. That is the Illusionary Ghost option box cruiser. Here we get to choose between the Mauler, the Mower, the Thorax, the Rupture and the Coveter. And I'd say they are some of the better looking nanocores available to us. So if you're an Omega player, make sure that you pick out your favourite ship out of these. Me personally, ordinarily I'd go for the Coveter, but since I chose the Coveter for the Neon Rain one, I think I'll be going for the Mauler this time. It'll be something I can use as a Mauler Interdictor somewhere along the lines, or a Mauler Guardian, and I'm an Amar pilot for the most part. I like my lasers, so it's going to be the Mauler for me. So moving on is the Plex report. Plex has been somewhat misbehaving this past week. At the moment, as you can see on screen, there is somewhat of a shortage of Plex in the market at the moment. I'm not entirely certain as to why all of the Plex is magically dried up. Maybe F1's buying it for an upcoming event. I honestly don't know. If you happen to know why Plex is in such high demand at the moment, feel free to let me know in the comments section below. Now, moving on, for those of you that have missed it, Captain Benzie has officially left the game and uploaded a video earlier this week titled Farewell to Eve Echoes. Yeah, I've already covered this in a previous video, but again, if you want to go and listen to his video, feel free to go and click on it. I will warn you that it is mostly a developer Q&A with lots of rambling in between. So speaking of the developer Q&A, let's move on to the developer Q&A for the 19th of September to the 25th of September. Yeah, I know we're still probably about a week or two behind on the developer Q&As, and I myself am a little bit late on covering this one, as I've noticed Achieved and Damon Zell have already covered the developer Q&A. But this wouldn't be a weekly roundup if I didn't cover it, no matter how late I'm doing it. So let's start with the first question. Question number 1. Hi developers, I was wondering if we can add an AI core for mining barges, or brages in this case, that allows you to harvest ores and drop them at the station they choose. Thank you in advance. The answer they've given is, hey, thanks for bringing up the idea of an AI core for mining. It's actually something we've been discussing internally. We'll assess the feasibility, and if it checks out, we'll introduce it to the game at a right time. This has been mentioned, I don't know if it's been in a previous Q&A, but I've heard talk about the AI mining ever since the AI function of the nanocore was ever released. Me personally, I don't like the idea of AI mining. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, I'm just saying I don't personally like the idea of AI mining, because then it's hard to explain. Mineral prices will just crash even more because every single miner will be able to mine 8 hours a day uninterrupted. But I guess there is a counter argument to that, because we know that the developers are unlikely to put a bunch of safeguards into the AI, such as if there's a neutral in system, don't undock or fly straight back to the station, etc, etc. So AI mining could technically be a good thing, because it would encourage people to roam more and they'd find more mining ships to kill. So I guess there's a yin and a yang to this. I'm not a PvPer, but it would be nice to see more people roaming around and catching out these miners. Yeah, anyway, let's not go too rambly here. Question number 2, let's move on to that. And as always, it always takes me to the second question before I realise they're all answered by NetEaser's Water Knight. Question number 2 then. As a pilot who flies several ships with different ranged combat abilities. Why did I put ranged in there? Okay, that's my dyslexic brain. Ignore the ranged bit. I run different weapon systems to hit various ranges. Are there any plans in place to tweak the auto-orbit feature to differentiate between the ships with different strike zones? Yes, I'm aware I can easily just orbit each target manually, but it would be nice whilst wow, I'm getting a bit tongue twisted here. It would be nice whilst out ratting to set and forget. This is a curious one because when you're out ratting, all you have to do to change your auto orbit distance is tap on your ship and you get your nice little circle menu. You then just select set orbit and drag it until the circle is as big as you want it. It's as simple as that. When you're out ratting, you are doing a lot more than that one button. That one button that you only have to, select when you've just undocked in your ship. There's no need for this. Well, let's have a look at the answer. Currently, the auto-orbit feature is designed to operate based on a single weapon. Using multiple weapons is more complex, and to avoid system misjudgment causing losses, we hope pilots prioritise manual operations. That's fair, yeah. Let's move on to the third question. And, of course, I need to zoom out because of how I'm doing this. There we go. Question number 3. Are there any plans to increase the weekly amount of amethyst cones that can be purchased? 20 per week is simply insufficient to cover 7 days of 8 hours maximum per day. To cover it, it should need 56 cones, and we're only provided with 20. Now, whilst I just get myself a drink here, I'm just going to check in-game since I have it up at the moment. So we can purchase 20 for 10 million ISK per piece in the bestseller combo. And if we go across to the Concord Pass store, we can actually get 50 for 100 Concord credit a piece. That means that we have, although some people might not like spending the Concord points, the ability to purchase 70 per week. This guy is saying that we need 56 to cover an entire week. So therefore, yeah, we already have the ability to get that many. So let's have a look at the answer. Answer is, the current number of amethyst cones being released aligns with our expectations, so we probably wouldn't make any increase for now. However, we will keep an eye on the relevant data and feedback for adjustment. Yeah, so as I said, you can get all 56 that you need for the... Oh, hold on. Is it for the given week? No, actually. That reminds me. The Concord Pass store only lasts, 6 weeks? And this won't reset every week, so you only get 50 for 6 weeks. Okay, yeah, so you don't get 70. Right, yeah. Forget I said that bit. If you've already commented in the comment section below, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But, yeah. Me, personally, I probably only get this running, 25 to 30 hours a week? And considering the amount of giveaways that we get given, whether it's from an event or through the Concord Pass rewards or the login rewards, I'm still struggling to use up all of mine. I haven't purchased a single amethyst cone yet for my AI ship. And I'm still going. But anyway, let's move on to the fourth and final question. So, any plans for an event where you reward PvP kills? This is to increase ship destruction and create more opportunity for industry. Prices of items are all-time high. Wow, okay. So this is hurting my brain sometimes. Prices of items are at an all-time high, and players leave the game. Let industry have their chance and build more ships. Let PvP players fly their ships more aggressively, so they can buy new ships, mods, and rigs. Let miners and explorers have more business to supply the public, and let lower earning players have a chance to play the game and chance to enjoy the game. Yeah, this is a very, very good suggestion or question, whatever you want to phrase it as. We do need more destruction in the game, and a more PvP oriented event certainly wouldn't hurt, especially with the Crimson Harvest event likely to be in the next 3 to 4 weeks. If we had something like the original Crimson Harvest, where it wasn't technically a PvP event, it was PvE in the sense that you had to fly around and clear anomalies, but all of these anomalies were in nullsec or lowsec, can't remember exactly which, and of course people would be competing in there. It'd be a free-for-all. You'd fly into the anomaly, you'd be about to open up the first box, and then someone else would drop in to come and get another box, and then you'd fight over the box. One person gets destroyed and the other person gets all of the loot. It was a nice, fun, interesting event that did encourage PvP with a mix of PvE content. And we do need to get mineral prices back up by creating more demand, and this is one of the ways that we can achieve this. But before I ramble too far, let's have a look at the answer. We will regularly release PvP and PvE content to meet the needs of different pilots. They will be released gradually in the future. We are committed to introducing new content to cater to different playstyles. Stay tuned for updates. So yeah, there's not really much to say on that answer because I've already said my bit. Anyway, okay, so I guess that'll be rounding off the video then. Thanks again for listening, everyone, and yeah, see you in the next video.